Hey guys, I'm Amy May and I have finally made a new TikTok. It is at Amy May Fitness. I'll put a picture on screen. I've currently got 0 followers, so if you would like to be my first follower, then that would be amazing. Losing weight has finally given me the opportunity to buy clothes that I actually like and that I actually feel comfortable in. Prior to losing weight, I mainly just wore joggers and baggy t-shirts. We all know the Primark joggers. And I'd have never have dreamed of walking into a shop, even to have a browse, let alone to try stuff on, and I highly doubt they'd have had anything in my size anyway.
Oh, yeah, whatever angle, still crippling insecurity.
When I was obese, or even when I was overweight, I felt like I couldn't really express my sense of style, and essentially the clothes that I wore was just whatever fit me. For example, that dress, I hated that dress at the time. I hated it. And obviously I existed in joggers and baggy t-shirts, and I think I bought that dress especially for an event because I didn't have anything to wear. I didn't even like it. I hated it at the time. I'll see if I can find a video, because there's actually a video of me wearing it, and honestly I nearly cried when I saw the video. Like, I just, candid, absolutely not. My wardrobe was very limited. If it wasn't joggers and a baggy t-shirt, I had probably 2 dresses, probably 1 actually. I'll show you the one in a minute, that were kind of like my staples, my go-tos, if I had to go out, if I had to wear something that wasn't joggers or something that didn't have an elasticated waistband. This black polka dot dress, I think I got it from Boohoo. It put an absolute shift in. It put a shift in. It worked for the NHS. That we were banging pots and pans for that dress. It was how much I wore it, honestly. And I remember once I was on placement, like a few hours away somewhere, and I didn't have anything to wear, and so I reordered the same dress from Boohoo in the same size because I couldn't find the other one. That's how little my wardrobe was expanding. I wore something that I would say felt comfortable in, but felt the most comfortable that I could at the time. And that was it. That was my staple. That was my bread and butter. But honest to God, that black polka dot dress, it was probably about a tenner from Boohoo. I've got 2. I think I've still got them somewhere. I need to find them. I think at my highest, I was at least a UK size 22. But as I've said before, I stopped wearing jeans and I stopped wearing anything that didn't have an elasticated waistband. So I didn't know. There was a period of time I didn't weigh myself. I definitely didn't do measurements back then. It was at least a UK 22, let's say that. Let's just say that. At least a UK 22. If you've been following me on YouTube since the beginning, because I've been documenting my weight loss journey using Manjaro since I started in April 2024, then you'll have seen the clothes haul that I did in May 2024 for a holiday that I was going on. Honest to God, I hated it. I hated it all. I'll see if I can find some clips and put them on screen. Again, I think it was a Boohoo haul. The play suits, I think they were size 18. I didn't even like them at the time, but it was one of those situations where you've got to wear something. That mint green dress, it wasn't a dress, it was a place. I hated it. I think I had the same one in a pink floral number, hated it. I don't even think I wore half of those, but then I never sent them back. I always used to buy clothes, hate them, or they wouldn't fit me, and never send them back. So the amount of money I've wasted, it was just, overwhelming to think, package it, go to the post office. Now I actually send things back because I'm skint. The amount of clothes that have still got tags on. But yeah, I hated everything I wore on that holiday. I didn't even like it at the time. Some stuff I can look, like the black polka dot dress, that was all right. That was all right at the time. But the stuff I wore for that holiday, and also this pink, jumpsuit maybe. I wore that when I went to Notting Hill, probably, I want to say 6 years ago-ish, 7 years ago. I think I liked it at the time, but looking back at that picture, I'll see if I can find, because my mum took a really unflattering picture of me in that exact pink jumpsuit, and I'll see if I can find it, because I liked it at the time, but looking back, I'm like, But at least I liked it at the time. I got me 5 minutes out of it. Again, if you've been following me for a while, you'll have probably seen some of the Urban Outfitters clothes hauls I've done, because I've got a new obsession with Urban Outfitters. I'll put a link in the description to some of the previous clothes hauls so you can get a sense of my style. Like I've said before, I always had style, I just felt I couldn't express it. My style didn't necessarily change, I've just been able to actually realise it and actualise it. I've been waiting for the Black Friday sale because I want new jeans. I bought 2 pairs of jeans from Boohoo, I think January this year, in a size 8, and I've just been wearing them ever since. But I'm not going to lie, after about 2 washes, they started to feel like cardboard, and I wanted to experiment because I think I've said before, oh no, I'd never wear low-rise jeans, never wear flares. That's changed now, that has changed, and I don't know if flares are in, or like boot cut. I didn't even know what boot cut was, but I wanted them. So I've been waiting on the Black Friday sale. I'll show you, I think I've bought 4 pairs of jeans maybe. I'll show you them, and I'll also show you them paired with some new tops that I've got and also some old tops. I'd like to thank all the people in the comments that suggested I can get jeans from the kids section, because I hadn't actually thought of that before, but I'm 4'11", and even the petite ranges in places, things are too long for me and too big for me. Because I think petite ranges, some start at 5'4" and below, or 5'3" and below. And obviously being like the lower end of the scale, it is more difficult for me. But I didn't even think about trying on kids' jeans. I don't know why I didn't think about it, but now I have. So these first ones I got in the Abercrombie sale from the kids section. They're age 11 to 12, I want to say, high-rise flare jeans. Now, they don't tell you the inseam, but they do a short, a regular, and a long length. And I got them in the sale. I thought I'd clicked the regular length, which is for, again, doesn't say the inseam, but for people 145 to 150 centimetres. And I think I'm about 149 centimetres. But anyway, it turns out in my rush to get them in the basket, I clicked the short length, which I think is from, is it like, goes up to 142 centimetres or something? I think it's 135 to 142. So I was panicking when I realised that, because when I went back to see if I could like swap them, they were all sold out in the regular length. So the flares are age 11 to 12 in the short length. But to be fair, with my current drop foot situation, like I keep tripping over my foot anyway, so it's probably good that they weren't longer. I really like these. They're very comfortable. The other day I literally had a nap in them. That's how comfortable they are, because they look like they'd be hugging you, but they're not. They're really comfortable, I will say that. So I got those for £18.99 in the Abercrombie kids sale. I think originally they were about 49-50 quid. And obviously the Abercrombie adult jeans are a lot more expensive, which I couldn't pay. The pink Adidas top that I'm wearing with them, basically it's the pink version of this. It's an Adidas football top that I got from JD a while ago. The blouse, I love that blouse. I wear it to work. I got it in the Urban Outfitters sale. I can't remember how much it was, but I'll put it on screen if I can find it. And then again, the green Argyle print cardigan I also got in the Urban Outfitters sale, and that's another work staple. I think that cost 12 quid, but again, I'll see if I can find it and put it on screen for you. The second pair of jeans, I'm also rocking a kids number. These are from the Tommy Hilfiger kids section, obviously the sale. I don't think I've ever got anything from Tommy Hilfiger before, and the sort of similar pair of jeans I saw in the women's section were like 120 quid. And some of the jeans I'm sure go up to like 170, 180. I can't imagine why. I know that you're paying for a logo, but anyway. So these, I think, are called the Mabel high-waisted pleated jeans. I got them in age 10 to 11, mainly because the inseam for that was 25.9 inches. And I think when I measured my inseam recently, it was like 25 or 25.1, because I was going to get the age 12 to 13. However, that was a 28.1, I want to say, inseam. And I've previously tried on jeans from the petite section in New Look that were a 28-inch inseam, and they were far too big for me. So I thought it'd be too much for me and my drop foot to handle. So I got the age 10 to 11, mainly for the inseam, but they fit fine. They're actually really comfy as well, and because they're an appropriate length for me, they don't look ridiculous, because when I've tried on sort of wide leg jeans before, because they've been too long, it doesn't have the same effect. But I think they look really good. They were originally £55, but I got them in the sale for £38, which, to be honest, that is still quite expensive for me. For me in my mind, for me and my family, it is still quite expensive, but I did really like them and I'd had my eye on them. And I don't have a pair of high-rise wide leg jeans. I've just got them two Boohoo cardboard numbers. Don't ask me why, but this combo is very much giving 70s to me. I wasn't about in the 70s, and most of the intel that I've got about the 70s is from films on serial killers. But I get the vibe that people joined cults and didn't shave, and I'm amenable to that. And I just think that is giving 70s. Some way, somehow, she's joining a cult. These are the low-rise bootcut cargo pants from the Abercrombie kids sale. Again, in age 11 to 12 and the regular length. I didn't have anything bootcut, and I've been wanting some cargo pants, some cargo trousers for a while. And I have looked since, but because obviously I got these in the sale as well, but they don't do anything similar. But I do quite like the cargo trouser look. To me, it gives Kim Possible. It's giving Kim Possible. Kim Possible. The blue top I got from Minga London probably about 4 or 5 years ago. It's still got the tags on. It's a size large. I'm assuming I don't think it fit me basically at the time. And then it went in the wardrobe with all the other stuff that didn't fit me. And it's just been hiding in there for years. The red bandeau top you might recognise because I've been in Urban Outfitters a few times and tried that on. I got it in the sale. I think originally it was £18. I got it for £14. Which, I don't know if that is pricey, but it is red and sparkling. I thought it was very festive. And also, I have tried it on a few times. I've gone in, because the 3 tops, I bought some new tops from Urban Outfitters, and 3 of them you'll have seen before in my YouTube shorts, because I've gone and tried them on, and it's been one of them that they've been on my list for a while. I've got eyes on. I've had eyes on for a while with them. And I knew that I wanted them for definite, so I waited till they came in the sale. So that red bandeau top you'll have seen before. You'll be bored of it. And then the grey top is a little Ed Hardy number. Again, I got it in the sale from Urban Outfitters. I really like the camo and I really like the dragon. It wasn't cheap. It was 28 quid and that was in the sale. And originally it was 36 quid, which I wouldn't have paid. I was umming and ahhing. I bought 3 Ed Hardy tops, you'll see. And to be honest, I thought I'd send them all back because I kind of like them, but I wasn't sure. But it's a shame because I do like them. I actually do like them now I've put them on. Really like I do love a bit of camo. Honestly, 10-year-old me, them camo trousers, yellow Crocs. I was a fashionista. Crocs are back in, this is what I'm saying. I called it. Right, 10-year-old me, camo cargo trousers and yellow Crocs, baby. These next ones I got in 2 colours. You'll have seen the black pair before. Well, it says grey on the label, but I think they're more black, but it doesn't really matter. Doesn't affect anyone's life. The blue pair I tried on with all the tops that I'd bought because I wasn't sure about them. When I went into Urban Outfitters to try them on with the Roxy top, you'd have probably seen that clip before in one of my shorts. I liked the style. They were slightly too long, but it was workable. It was doable. If, I had my splint on for my drop foot and I was careful, I really liked the grey ones. So I bought them in the Urban Outfitters sale. Pair of grey, pair in blue. There's 2 different blue shades. I'll see if I can find which one it was. Originally 63 quid. I got them for 49, which I still think's a bit steep. And so because I wasn't sure about the blue ones, because the blue ones just seemed more balloony. Now I know they are the Kayla Lowrider Cocoon jeans. Apparently Cocoon, that they are just really balloony and baggy. But I did think the blue ones were especially balloony. And so I did try them on with everything I had just to see, but I think I will be sending the blue ones back because 49 quid for a pair of jeans. I mean, if I had more, I'm skint right now, but if I did have more money, I would have probably kept both of them because I was umming and ahhing, but the blue ones are going to go back, unfortunately. I believe they're a 28-inch leg, so they're slightly, even with my dunks on, even with my dunkers, they are still slightly too long. But I do kind of like the way it looks. But I would have to just be careful because I think they'd look a bit ridiculous if I rolled them up. But so I think I just would need to watch my step with these bad boys. The pink bandeau top, again, you'll recognise because I've tried it on in Urban Outfitters. Originally £28, I think I got it for £23, which again, still a bit steep considering there's not much material. But again, tried it on a few times and it's been on my list. So, you know, if I try something on a few times and it's on my list and I know that I want it, it was hard to pass up. I can't remember how much I ended up paying for the Roxy top. I really, really like it. I think it was originally £35. I'll see if I can find it and I'll put on screen how much I actually paid. There was a few Roxy numbers that I liked in the Urban Outfitters website, but they are expensive. Even in the sale, I think one of them wasn't reduced, so I didn't even go for it. But there was that top, well, a similar top in the green, and there was some other Roxy numbers that I wanted. But like, I can't take the mick. The red Ed Hardy top, I don't know if it's a slash neck. I've never come across that before. I don't know if they've made it up. But the red Ed Hardy top, I really wanted to hate it, but I really don't. I only got it because it was in the sale. I think I paid £28 instead of £36, and there were some other Ed Hardy tops that I liked more, but they were silly money. They were ridiculous money, even reduced. So I bought that one, and again, when I ordered it, I wasn't really arsed, and I was thinking I was going to send it back, but then when I put it on, I was like, ooh, this one's not going back. The final top, the brown Ed Hardy. I'm now a massive Ed Hardy fan, I've decided, so that's going to cost me. But the brown one, obviously when I was obese, didn't like anything that showed me arms, would never have even dreamed of wearing a bandeau or whatever it's called, or a crop top or a sleeveless top. However, I really like the detail on this. I like the little Love Lost Ed Hardy. Love Lost. I just really like it. And I like the fact that, I think, anyway, it says Ed Hardy along the back, which I've tried to show you. Honestly, if I'm going to start my own petite range, I need to learn how to model. I don't know how people pose for photos or for pictures. Oh, that reminds me as well. I tried to take a picture on, I've got a Fujifilm Instax wide. I got it from Argos, I think in August. It's really heavy. It's heavier than it looks. But I tried to take a picture of my outfit in it. Look at the state of that. Look at the state of that. That is, I mean, it's the open bin in the Hoover for me. The Hoover that's clearly not been utilised. Look at the absolute state of that. It's still going in my photo album, but I tried to take a, what's it called, portrait one as well, and it was just completely pitch black. I'll see if I can put it on screen. I took a picture using my phone with the flash of the picture. You'll see what I mean. And it sort of, I don't know if it was overexposed or underexposed. I don't know what exposure is, right? But you can kind of make out the details then. I look miserable in it, by the way, so maybe it's good that it didn't expose itself. I think I look stunning. Not gonna lie, I think I look absolutely stunning. I feel stunning. And I've said before, one of the greatest things about weight loss for me, aside from the increased confidence and obviously the weight loss, is the clothes. Oh, I can buy things I'd have never dreamed of. Because obviously when I was like, well, all my life up until now, I used to create little wish lists, I'll buy this when I get thin. And I used to spend hours, for as long as I can remember, hours scrolling the internet, creating little wish lists of things that I could buy when I got thin. My heart breaks for me, honestly, but I'm really glad that I decided to start this channel. I've documented from day one my Mounjaro journey, my weight loss journey, whatever we're going to call it, my 56 millionth weight loss attempt. However, this one's actually been successful and sustainable, which is good. But if you want to check out my Mounjaro journey compilation playlist, I'll put a link on screen, and I'll put links to my other clothes hauls in the description. Just if you want to check it out, I'm not saying you have to, I'm not saying you, but I personally think I've got style and that I look stunning. That's all I'll say. That is all. I feel like I'm in Skins 2010. I don't know what Y2K is, but I've decided that I like Y2K. Couldn't pick it out a lineup, but I've decided that I love Y2K. I don't even know what that means, right? I feel like I'm in Skins. I feel like I'm in 2010 and I'm in Skins. And as I've said before, last girl in a 24 horror film to get killed. I'd survive and then I'd get hit by a bus or something. I'm going to work on my modelling. I'm going to work on my posing. for when I've got my own petite brand, my own petite range, because I've already got a name for it in my head, but I can't put it out into the universe until I've learned how to model. If I can figure out how, I'll also link my new TikTok in the description at Amy May Fitness. I'm planning on posting at least once a day on there, hopefully more, but I think if I set myself the goal of at least once a day, that is achievable. So thank you all for watching if you've made it this far. I do plan on doing a Q&A video, so if you've got any questions, let me know. And if there is anything that you'd like to see from me, obviously I've said before I'm not going to do a what I eat in a day. And with my current drop foot situation, I'm going to do an update video on that. But I'm in a good mood now. I'm not trying to stress myself out or upset myself, but I will update you guys on that situation. But yeah, anything you want, let me know. Not saying I'll do it, but I'm saying I'll consider it. Love you guys. Thank you all for watching. And 3,000 subscribers, thank you so much. That is amazing. That is actually amazing. So thank you guys. And most of you have been lovely. And the ones that haven't, you're not my regulars. You're not my regulars, so I don't care. But anyway, I will see you guys later.